Hello, everyone. My name is Tuan Pham, and I'm excited to share with you a series of economic insights that I believe are vital for our organization's forward planning and resilience. My focus today will be on understanding macroeconomic dynamics, trade policy shifts, behavioral economics, and the rapid advancement of artificial intelligence, all within the context of our strategic planning needs as a business in the hospitality, tourism industry. So let's begin with the broader economic context, the macroeconomy and the business cycle. All businesses, including ours, are inherently tied to the economic cycle. So during expansions, we see rising incomes, increasing customer confidence, and greater demand for travel and leisure services, all of which benefit the hotel industry. But during downturns or recessions, discretionary spending shrinks. So that means there's fewer tourists, reduced bookings, and tightening margins. Understanding where we are in the business cycle helps us time our investments, forecast demands, and align workforce planning with anticipated conditions. It's no longer optional for strategic leaders to understand these cycles, it's essential. So now let's talk about trade, specifically tariffs and the ongoing implications of the protectionist policy. So on the left side of this slide, we see the impact on Australia when tariffs are imposed on our exports. Global demand for Australian goods fall. This causes a leftward shift in the aggregate demand, ultimately reducing GDP and the general price level. So the growth slows for the US, shown on the right. Tariffs increased input costs. So this shifts the aggregate supply curve leftward, pushing up the inflation while reducing output, which is a classic case of stagflation. For our industry, the consequences are direct. So trade tensions depress global consumer confidence, meaning fewer international tourists are inclined to travel. Additionally, higher import costs, particularly for fuel, food, and technology, strain our operational expenses. So we must integrate these macro risks into our planning. That means diversifying our supply chains, reassessing vendor relationships, and even exploring cost mitigation strategies like bulk procurement or local sourcing. Next, I want to highlight an emerging and often overlooked field, which is the behavioral economics and its relevance to our operational strategy. So, unlike traditional economic theory, which assumes people are rational actors, behavioral economics acknowledges that we're influenced by cognitive biases such as emotions, habits, and context. So, this matters in everything from customer decision making to how our own staff engage with policy changes. So, let's consider the example of unhealthy food choices. People tend to act on present bias, choosing immediate gratification over long term benefit. They default to easy options, especially under stress or fatigue, something that is very common in the hospitality workforce and customer base. These habits affect not only the customer experiences, but also staff well being and productivity. The takeaway is that we can influence better outcomes using nudges. So, whether that's designing healthier menus in our restaurants, structuring employee well-being programs, or even rethinking our digital interfaces for bookings, small tweaks in how choices are presented can lead to better decisions without restricting freedom of choice. So, finally, let's address the elephant in the room, which is artificial intelligence and its disruption of the labor market. So, on the left, we see that AI tends to complement skilled labor, which increases demand, raises wages, and enhances productivity. These roles are like digital marketing analysis, data interpreters, or AI system managers. So, for unskilled labor, shown on the right, AI is more of a replacement. So, think of automated check ins, housekeeping robots, or AI powered customer service. So, demand for these roles drop, and so do the wages. This technological shift increases wage inequality, so the gap between low skill and high skill employees will widen unless something is done. For our business, that means we must be proactive in training and upskilling. So investment in people, particularly those most vulnerable to the automation, not just ethical but strategic as well. So this transition also presents opportunity. as AI can free up our teams from repetitive tasks and allow them to focus on delivering high touch, personalized experiences, the kind that drives loyalty in the hospitality industry. In conclusion, these economic insights are more than just theory. They give us a framework to think smarter about risk, talent, innovation, and opportunity, whether it's planning around trade disruptions, leveraging behavioral science to improve outcomes, or preparing our workforce for an AI-driven future. The decisions we make today will shape our resilience and relevance tomorrow. I encourage you all to reflect on how these issues intersect with your own departments, your teams, and your strategies. Let's all use this executive planning day not only to react to trends, but to lead through them as well. Thank you very much for listening.